Good morning, honey. Here we go again. Seemed I met you when my lover went away. I tossed and turned and hanging with you. Good morning, heartache. What's new? Good morning, good morning. Honey child, boo boo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Okay, everybody. Good morning. Today is Friday, May 30th. Some folks got their checks today. Holla. Okay. How y'all doing? Can I get five? But good morning. Looks like the sun is going to visit us today. Looks like it's trying to peek out. It's early, but let me first start by saying thank you to everybody that has been watching my lives. I do appreciate y'all. Shout out to the beef sector and all of y'all that know me, that's been coming through to make sure that a sister at least got 100 views on a video. Shout out to y'all. I do appreciate you. Yes, I do. Okay. Shout out to everybody that support my channel. Shout out to those of you who thumbs me up and share me out. Okay, just know I ask God to work things out in your favor. Yes, I do. If you can go that little extra mile and thumb me up and share me out, I can ask God to come through, okay, and work things out in your favor. All right, as long as it's not against me. Yeah, that's how we do it over here. Okay. Uh, Shout out to all my members. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being a member. You are the ones that help me meet my goal every month, okay, on here. So shout out to y'all. And if you want to become a member, come on, become a member. Okay. If you feel like, you know what, you worth $1.99, let me help you reach your goal every month. I see your views ain't, you know, hitting on it. But I can help you with a little shot and shine. Here you go, Krista. Okay. Thank you. Thank you in advance. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, that part. I know I've been in and out. I know I'm not quite out here like that, y'all. It's been a lot going on. Okay. It's been a lot going on behind the scene. A lot of good stuff. Everything ain't copacetic, but things is getting a little bit better. So I appreciate those of you who hanging in there with me. I realize that's another reason everything is kind of low, 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 low. Okay, although everybody then got dropped a little bit of something, something, you know, depending on what you got going on. And I try to kind of stay out the mess that'll get you, out there. But for the most part, I thank y'all. Okay. I thank y'all for coming through and saying, you know what? Let me see what she talking about. Okay. I appreciate that. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 900 or 90 people, thank you. I appreciate you. I use this platform to come and just talk and fellowship and a little chuckle, a little something to keep my mind off of what's really going on in my life sometime, you know. Um, Sometimes that depression do me kind of bad. So I come to YouTube a lot of times to kind of get my mind off of it, get my mind off things and to come on here and think about something else, focus on something else, laugh and talk, get a little bit of encouragement from other people, talk with them. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. So when y'all come through and y'all thumbs me up or y'all come through and say, hey, how you doing? Or whatever, it makes me feel good. sometimes it's not always easy when you're going through things to uh, go to family and friends. I know, like with me, sometime when I'm going through, or I might be thinking about my mom or my brothers or my dad, sometimes it's not always good. It's not always comfortable for me to call my siblings and my nieces and nephews them and talk to them about it, because in my mind I'm thinking I don't want to bring them down. I don't want to put on them what I'm feeling right now. Maybe they not there right now. Maybe they was there last week, and this week they thinking about them in a different mind frame. You know what I mean? There is some time, I'll call my sister and we talk about it and stuff, but or my nieces and them, and we'll talk about it. But sometimes it's kind of hard to do so. So I thank God for YouTube, where we can come on here and we can pick up the phone and call. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning. Good morning, darling. Thanks for the heart and the love this morning. So that go on. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Good morning, 3000. Good morning, baby. Good morning. Thanks for my roses. I do appreciate it. I really do. You too. You too. You have a amazing day. To everybody, have an amazing day. Okay? Happy Grand Rising. All right? Grand Rising to you too, 3000. I do appreciate you for coming through. I do. Um, but yeah, so shout out to all of y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sucking on me a Rolade, a little old lady medicine. I like to call it old lady medicine because y'all, sometimes depending on what I eat, that heartburn is a real thing. Okay, man, listen. When I tell you getting older is not for the weak, it's only for the strong. Please recognize that. All right. As you get a little older, especially after you done pass that half a hundred mark, getting older is not for the weak. Okay. It's not for the weak. There's times you gonna have to you gonna have to fight back at your body. Okay. And be like, oh hell no. And as soon as you find out, okay, this is how I do this, okay. Now here you is, you didn't turn another 10 digits, and now it's a whole nother battle going on, you know. So yeah, and I find like in this one, I'll be 55 this year. And when I tell y'all these last couple of months, I have learned some things about myself that I am going to have to take into consideration when it comes to food, drinks, whatever it is. Yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. It's some things that I refuse to give up. I'm like, hell no, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna fix that. Well, guess what? If you gonna fix it, you gonna have to do this and you're gonna have to do that. Okay, no problem. We'll add that to the okay, we'll keep that on hand. We'll keep a little bit of that. Okay, on deck, because what we ain't gonna do, I'm not ready to give that part up. It's not affecting me to the point where it's affecting anything physical about myself or anything like that. Just a little heartburn, no problem. That's why they make medicine for it. Thank you. That part. But anyway, um, so shout out to all of y'all that's been coming through. I do appreciate y'all. I really, really do. You're never taken for granted over here. Never, ever will you ever be taken for granted. Okay. You are appreciated for coming over here. You are appreciated for clicking on to see what I'm over here talking about or what's going on. I appreciate you. Yes, I do. Shout out to my old subbies. What's up? Y'all already know y'all the best. But in case you forgot since the last time, let me just remind you that y'all are the best. Y'all allow me to come on here and be me. Y'all allow me to just do me. Okay? And I appreciate y'all for that. Y'all don't ask me to change. Y'all don't tell me, well, unless you do it this, then we ain't, y'all don't do me like that. And I appreciate y'all for that. Shout out to the new ones, to my new subbies. Hello. I am your host, Just Krista. My pledge and my promise is I promise to entertain you. And if for some reason you find you are not being entertained, I'm going to ask that you just tap me on my shoulder, whichever one you choose. We'll add some lighter fluid to that thing and fire it up. Okay? Can we get on with the commentary now? Can we get on for what we come over here for? Because honey child, honey child, boo boo. It's been some things going on. Okay? And I just want to talk about it. I don't really go up and hit a lot of panels. And then sometime I have Mr. Curry in my ear. And while he talking or while he quiet or while he doing something else, I'll click on and I'm listening to y'all here on YouTube and different things, or late at night or whatever it may be. But when I tell y'all, let's start with Ness Live. Y'all, I enjoyed Ness the other night. I be in her clouds. Okay. A lot of times I drop, sometimes I drop down, sometimes I don't, depending on who she got moderating that night and depending on if I didn't hear word that next time I catch that and I'm somewhere and I'm I'm gonna mow her ass. You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, oh, okay, take it easy, Krista. Keep your ass up in the goddamn clouds, okay? Or hit next link and let her know I'm here. How you doing, Nash? I'll come up and speak to her. She'll give me, she know I ain't gonna stay long. So she'll give me a little while to say something and make me a little joke, and then I'll tee hee hee and, put a little smile on her face, and then she know I'm out. Okay. I like to do it that way. I like to just pop up, say a little something, because I know people say every time she hit the link, it's always off topic. Okay. So what's the problem? I keep telling you, I'm like a commercial break. Okay. I like being that way. I like being just a commercial. A commercial don't care what program they play them on or what video or what live it's played on. It just want to be seen. It's just a commercial. Okay. I just want to come up there and just say a little something. Really is for the content creator, just to like say shout out and say a little something to the content creator. That's mainly what I like to do. I like to just come up there, or maybe if they got somebody else up there too, come up and say a little something, and then I'm out. Okay, then y'all can finish talking about and arguing, fussing, fighting, whatever y'all doing. Okay, but just a little something to make y'all smile. Can it be okay that be my role that I play over here amongst us? Can that be all right that I do that? Please, thank you. Anyway, so I was over at Ness and I'm up in the clouds, and so they was having a real good. It was Lady Dimples. You know what, y'all? I miss Dimples. I miss being able to call her my niece and stuff. I know some shit went down between her and I and the guy over there and all of that stuff. But I kind of miss Dimples. I really do. I miss calling her my niecey poo. And every time I hear her or see her somewhere, I just be like, oh, look at my baby. But anyway, so Dimples was up there, Shakim, what's her name? Uppity. She was there. And Uppity, can I say I seen a video of you dancing somewhere, girl? You had your jean shorts on and stuff. I was like, look at Uppity. Okay, girl, small waist, honey. You had your small waist, you had your belt and all of that on. somebody had shared a picture, a little video, just it was like a little snippet of you. And I was like, look at Uppity with her jean shorts on. You better do that thing. You better show them. Shit. I was like, okay, with the Daisy Dukes. Oh, hey. Yeah, so and Ness, and they were up there. They was having a very, very, very good conversation. They was getting somewhere with some stuff. They was getting an understanding. It was just really, really nice. Everybody in the comment section, we was all enjoying it. And here come this big hip motherfucker. Y'all, can his name be Hips? If he can name me, now somebody told me, stop calling that man Hips. Yes, that's his new name, Hips. His name is Hips. Ever since Roman came out here and made it official that motherfucker got, and then others said, we told y'all. I said, you know what? The perfect name for that motherfucker is Hips. Okay, I don't give a fuck if that motherfucker could call me Tiny Legs and got some of their people, because I didn't see some of the comments, some of the little screenshots and shit. People be like, such and such, they call you Tiny Legs and all of this. Yeah, I know. He gave me that name. So if he could give me a name, Tiny Legs, and him and his crew, that's what they identify me as instead of just Krista. Me and my crew, we call you Hips. Okay. Hips, that's your name, Hips, which is very, very insulting for a man to be called Hips. That's my goal, to insult you. Thank you. Good morning, Unique. What's up, baby? Good morning. So they was having a real good time. But when I tell you, Ness, she's like, okay, you can come up here. Good morning, Lisa. With that pretty background, baby. Girl, you better stop teasing us. Oh my God, I just want to hold your grandbaby and kiss all over her. Good morning. So then he come up there and Ness was like, listen, you're not getting ready to come up here on my panel and run amok and cuss and insult, because I don't know where he getting off, just out here calling people all types of big fat names and just calling these women all out their name and just saying all types of crazy stuff. You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. Thanks for sharing that baby with us. She puts a smile on my face, and thanks for being a member as well. Thank you. And she was like, you're not finna come up here and do all of this. And I was like, yes, shout out to Ness for not allowing this motherfucker that need a goddamn bath and a motherfucking bed, okay? Not to come up and run amok all over the goddamn thing. People is tired of looking at this big overgrown ass, big goofy ass nigga that's supposed to be so damn drunk that he don't know what the fuck he's saying out of his mind and all of this other shit, which is really an insult. And you need to be careful because you don't know who's recording that shit. Okay. You need to be real careful because some of this stuff can affect your regular life. All right. Some shit could go down and motherfuckers could be like, excuse me, we can blame this on such and so because of this reason. It's been noted that this motherfucker will drink and not realize what he say and what he do. And then when it's reminded to him that this is how this goes. So you better be careful with the shit that you're doing. Because you don't know how that shit gonna come back and hit you in your natural life. You better go ahead and grow the fuck up. You better go ahead and grow the fuck up. Now, you can listen to this fat old woman over here if you want to, or you can ignore it and say, you know what, bitch, fuck you. Okay, if you want to. But I'm just telling you, you better be careful because this social media shit is crazy out here now. It's not like it used to be. It ain't like it used to be back in the day. Yes, good morning to everybody. Yes. Lisa, and don't be afraid to share your And the rest of you guys, don't be afraid to share y'all channel links too, so that people will know where y'all at and where to find you in case somebody want to see what baby. I want to see the baby. They'll know where to go. Okay. Go on over there to Lisa's and bless yourself. But yeah, you better go ahead and listen to this lady because you don't know how that shit will affect you. Now you on here just running amok, saying all types of crazy shit and doing all types of shit. And I don't understand, why do he get to call dragons you welcome, sis. Why do he get to call dragons homeless? Which, shout out to Dragon. She now has her place. Congratulations, sis. Please keep it to yourself. Don't let nobody know. I like the way you're doing that. But why do he get to call her homeless when he lived with his mama? Why do he get to call others liars and say this and that and other people got to live up to the truth when he didn't came and lied right in y'all damn face as well? Then showed mama's whole bedroom and everything, but only showed part of his. He only showed a part of his nasty ass closet that was filthy with food and every goddamn thing else all up on a nasty shelf. Why? He lived with mama, so, and he a grown ass man. Don't that kind of make him homeless too? Do that give him a right? The only difference is Dragon said, whatever the fuck I got to do out here in these motherfucking streets, but I bet you I ain't going back home and live up off my parents. That's a strong person. It takes a lot to do that. I know even when I left home. Now my mama, she cried when I left. She didn't want me to. She took me to the pastor's office. She tried to get them to talk me out of it. All types of stuff. She did. She really did. She was so hurt when I told her, I said, "Mom, I'm moving out." Okay. But and when I left home, I said, I'm not coming back. But my mom's thing was, you can always come back as long as you leave right. Now, if you leave wrong, if you leave about my goddamn door, cussing, swearing, disrespecting me, don't bring your ass back here. But if you leave about this motherfucker and at the end you giving me a hug and a kiss and a mom, I'll see you in a little while, come on back, baby, whenever you need to. If it get too tough out there. Okay, if you find yourself and you in a position where you got to turn a couple of tricks and you don't want to do that, you could come back home for a month or two. You know what I'm saying? But when I went out, I said, I'm going to do all I can to take care of myself and be out here and do what I got to do. And it's been a little crazy. It's been a little rocky at times. I ain't going to lie about it. I didn't have to do some things and put up with some bullshit that I didn't want to put up with. But it was all in but I ain't going back home. I'm not going back to live off of my mama and giving her no 40 and 50 and $60 a week. I'd rather go ahead and go on and pay me some goddamn rent, gas bill, light bill, water bill, garbage fee, whatever it is that the landlord is charging. Okay. Because I'm an adult. And y'all got this big, overgrown, big, wide hip nigga. Y'all on this motherfucker treating this nigga like he a goddamn baby. Treating him worse than his motherfucking mama is. Okay, y'all got this big hip nigga running around this goddamn place, running a goddamn mug. Ness told that motherfucker, not here. She said, and not only that, I see what the fuck you're doing. You're trying to start a goddamn fight and shit with me to kind of get things going and rocking and rolling over there in your shit. She was like, it's not going to work here. I'd rather for you to take your ass on. And you're not getting ready to come up here and insult everybody on my motherfucking panel either. No, you're not. You're going to conduct yourself like a fucking adult. I said, go on, Ness. Tell that motherfucker. Okay? Tell that motherfucker what these other ones need to tell her. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. A lot of us, we're tired of seeing this motherfucker all over y'all shit. We're tired of seeing this motherfucker all over y'all goddamn shit with them big ass goddamn hips, talking a gang of bullshit, talking about people, saying all types of crazy shit and all of that. People is tired of him. This big receding hairline motherfucker, the crazy eye, crazy hair thing, all of that damn shit. People is tired of this big hip motherfucker. They're tired of looking at y'all shit and y'all as the content creators just laughing at them and letting him take a pass and get by and all of this other shit. People tired of this motherfucker. And shout out to Room Shaker. Room Shaker went up in that motherfucker. I forgot where was they at? Okay, Mika. I'm not new to Mika. I knew about Mika because been on panels and stuff with her, but I didn't know that she was a content creator. Shout out to Mika though. Honey, Mika let Room Shaker. Woo! That motherfucking Room Shaker. If it's somebody to argue that motherfucker down and take that motherfucker down, it's that goddamn Room Shaker. Okay? It's that motherfucker. When I tell you that big hip motherfucking nigga, bald headed, receding hairline, crazy eyed, cockeyed motherfucker, he ran up out of Mika's goddamn place because he couldn't take it. I said, "Ah, shit! I think the ground just shook." Every time that motherfucker take them big hips and woof, 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 in and out of motherfucking places, I be saying to myself, I think the ground just shook. Okay. Listen, Room Shaker got rid of that motherfucker. Okay, that motherfucker cannot handle that goddamn Room Shaker. All right. Now, me personally, when he get to going and then he'll start saying the same word, or something real annoying. That shit is so childlike. That shit is so childlike. But Ness said, not over here. Not over here, motherfucker. You could get the fuck on. Not over here. And she said it real nice, like, too. Okay. And he tried to like start some shit up and start to do this and that. Not over here. It's not welcomed. And I love this. Shout out to Ness. Shout out to Ness for putting hips in his motherfucking place. Okay. Now, let me talk about my other niece, Queen Tulsa. Y'all, you know what? Queen Tulsa, and I'm sure there's some who will agree with me. Queen Tulsa has a side of her that is so fucking loving. You just want to just give her a fucking hug. At the same goddamn time, it's a side of her that you just want to get you a paddle and say, bring your ass over here. Because you getting on my damn nerves. But anyway, so the loving side, she been, sharing some meals and stuff with us on her channel. So she had made some breakfast and I had came up on Pizarro's and I was like, I had critiqued her a little bit. I was like, them goddamn burnt ass biscuits. Who the hell told you to put biscuits on the same pan as some motherfucking bacon? Now, them damn biscuits gonna soak up all that goddamn grease. Okay. And then they was burnt. They was a little toasted, overly toasted on the bottom. They was charred. They was Cajun. Okay. On the bottom. And it was them cheap biscuits. It wasn't even the goddamn grands. Tulsa, your goddamn kitchen and house is too motherfucking nice. Don't you go to that goddamn store buying no more of them goddamn great value motherfucking biscuits unless great value biscuits is good for making donuts. Okay, you take the motherfuckers, you poke a goddamn hole in the middle of them, or you could cut them in 4 pieces and just make some donut holes. You get you a pot of grease and you just pop them in there. The kids love to do stuff like that. And you can let them put icing on them, powdered sugar, a little cinnamon and powdered sugar, all of that. Hey, Reese. Hey, Reese, what's up? Good morning. I am great. How are you? I know I didn't see you before up in here. Good morning. How are you, darling? But just Krista, you is one of the content creators in this sector. Always had me feeling very welcome every time I come in. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being kind to me. Much appreciated. You're welcome. I thank you for coming over. I'm good. Thanks, beautiful sister. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so Tulsa, yeah, that's what you do with them. Other than that, Tulsa, go get them kids some goddamn grand biscuits, please, and bless yourself with some. Okay. Now, she was up in her kitchen she always looked nice in her kitchen. I love a person that go into their kitchen and prepared itself for the kitchen. Please do not come up in the kitchen with looking nasty and dirty and all of that stuff. I like the way Tulsa come up in her kitchen. She's always very neat and clean. Okay, I will say that. I haven't been on for a little while. Okay. I've been a little busy, beautiful Chris. Okay. I know I didn't see you around now. I didn't know I didn't seen you in these pots. Yeah. I mean, I don't know everybody, but I be some of y'all don't know that I'd be okay. Okay. Think I'm that goddamn old and senile if you want to, but I ain't. So yeah, but bless them with some grand biscuits. Okay. Go on and reach out and get them grand biscuits. They'll be real good. Or you can get the great value good biscuits. But stay away from them the one you get four of them in the thing, or you can get one for about 75 cents. Don't do that. Don't do that. Or bless yourself with the great value, which is very good. Is chatting with you, beautiful. Okay, well, come on over. Now I'm gonna also give you a mod stick because that's what I do to everybody because people was blocked out my shit and I don't ever want that to happen. So I hope that's all right that I do that. So next time you come through, you'll know. Okay. But yeah, Toso, go get them frozen grand great value biscuits. Get the frozen ones. But yeah, get them to them babies and put them biscuits on a pan by themselves. Put a little butter. And I'm gonna tell you what to do. You get the frozen grand biscuits, not grand, the frozen Walmart great value biscuits. They are delicious. Matter of fact, they taste better than the frozen grand biscuits. Okay. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. You get the frozen biscuits, put your little butter, margarine, whatever it is that you use on the bottom of the pan. See who all want biscuits. Now let them know. Say these some good biscuits. They not gonna be the ones that's Cajun on the bottom that we had last time that y'all was using for hockey pucks and y'all was throwing at me and that y'all blessed the dogs with. But these gonna be the good ones. My auntie Krista, my auntie BBW told me about them. Okay. Put a little butter on the bottom of that pan. Put them things in that oven. They gonna rise up real nice. All that stuff. Okay. Those of you that like a little honey butter, make you a little honey butter. Those of you that what I like to do is just put me a little butter on top of mine while they hot and I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Do you like or love me calling you beautiful while we chat? Oh, you could call me beautiful. Oh, honey, I love beauty. I love being called beautiful. Identify me. That's one of the words that identifies me. Yes, yes. See, ugly don't fit me. That's not who I am. Beautiful. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. No problem. See, those are words that fit me. BBW, fat, whatever you want to call it, all of that. Those are words that fit me. So no problem. Call me. Okay. If you need someone to talk to. But anyway, so yeah, that part. And put them on a pan by themselves. Okay. So Tulsa came through. But yesterday, because her auntie got on her ass about that breakfast food. Shout out to her babies, though. They was like, fuck that. Hell no. Mama's food was good. She was like, come here, y'all. Come and tell these people. How was y'all breakfast? They was like, it was good. It was delicious. Somebody said it was 100. We loved it. They was like, shit, okay. Can we get $1? Can we get ice cream now? Did we do right when we said that? But anyway, Tulsa went back in that kitchen yesterday. She was like, somebody said, why you sharing your food? She's like, cause BBW, that goddamn BBW. But listen, Tulsa got up in that goddamn kitchen. She fried that motherfucking chicken. Tulsa, next time they got a chicken frying contest on this motherfucker, if you don't enter that goddamn contest, you better. Okay? If you don't enter that motherfucking contest, you better. Yup, that's how I do my biscuit. That's how you do yours. Yup. I do thank you for, wait a minute. I do think you look really beautiful and cute. Oh, thank you. And pretty and hot. Oh, and sexy. And that's okay. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Ow. Okay, that part. But yeah, if you don't into that goddamn, when I tell you she fried that goddamn chicken, she made them motherfucking potatoes. Oh, and thanks for my roses. I love roses. I love roses. Okay. She fried that motherfucking chicken. She fried the hell out of that goddamn chicken. I mean, it was golden brown, crispy, and done down to the goddamn bowl on that bone in that mother. You hear me? Good morning. Good morning, chosen. Oh, chosen by Yahweh. Okay, now that's somebody to be chosen by. You think of what I said, beautiful Krista. I think that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. But Tulsa fried that goddamn chicken. Baby, I mean, it was golden brown. And I like a motherfucker that's not afraid. Now it's okay to fry chicken in a skillet. It's okay. It's all right. But when you put that motherfucking chicken down in a motherfucking pot and you put enough of goddamn grease down in that motherfucker and let it deep fry, baby. Okay. Okay. Bless yourself and bless your family. Wait, did you think about that? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So Tulsa went up in that kitchen because she's like, shit, I gotta show my auntie I know what the fuck to do. And my goddamn kitchen is clean. Okay, look at my goddamn floors. You see these motherfucking clean ass floors? Okay. Yeah, that's what she did. She got up in that motherfucker. She fried that goddamn chicken. So, Tulsa, you did a real good job, Nisi Pooh. You did an excellent goddamn job. All right. When I come over, I want chicken and I want some biscuits. All right. Now, I like potatoes. I'm not a big fan. You know, I'm a little geechy, they say, because I love rice. I can eat rice every day, but I can't do that every day because that's not good for me. It's not good for my blood sugar. Okay. It can cause me to have diabetes. All right. I'm already kind of like borderline with that motherfucker because I used to have it some years back before a bitch went on a goddamn diet and decided, you know what, let me get some of this blubber off of me, some of this lard ass off of me, and you know, got rid of that shit, you know. But God is good. God is real good. But Tulsa got up in that motherfucking kitchen and fried the hell out of that goddamn chicken. Fuck that BBW. You see this shit? Tell this to your goddamn friends. Get up on motherfucking Pizarro's motherfucking panel and tell her this. Okay? Tell her this. All right? Matter of fact, take a goddamn screenshot. You fat bitch. I know your big fat ass can cook. That's why you so goddamn fat, BBW. You know what? But that's all right. I know what the fuck to do too. All right. And she went out there and smoked her a goddamn cigarette. Fuck you, BBW. Let me get a cigarette. Babies, keep an eye on my pot with the rest of that chicken up in there, and I'll be back in there. Let me go out here and smoke a goddamn cigarette. That goddamn BBW made me I need a goddamn cigarette. Fuck her. Thanks for my roses. Yes, hit the like button, hey, hit the like button, hey, hey, hey. So, so shout out to Queen Tulsa. You did a really, really good job. What'd you say? Did you love what I said about your voice, beautiful Chris? Oh, okay? You said something about my voice too. Well, thank you. Thank you. I know it gets a little, it gets a little crazy over here. Yes, welcome everybody to the Potluck Lounge. Welcome on, sister. Thank you. So then I went over to pastors. I hadn't been, I hadn't been to the church in a while. I'm one of those. I'm one of the ones that get a pastor a hard time. I'm one of the ones that come in and out the church over there. Sometimes the pastor say something to make me mad, then I stay away. I tell him, give me my papers. I'm going to a different church. I don't want to be at this one no more. You know. So I hadn't been over there in a while. Well, I had been over, but I just stayed, quiet and just kind of like listened in, and y'all know what goes on at the pastors. And so yesterday I kind of dropped down, and so to say hi and everything. And I felt welcome. He always welcomes me. And then under new management, what came on? And I'm looking, I kept saying, who is that? You know, and so then different ones got to talking. Dragons was up there, pastor under new management. And I was like, oh shit, look at under new management. Under new management, I really did not know who she was. I did not know. So I was like, okay, because I know they said it's a couple of new people over here amongst us. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so is that somebody new? And I'm just kind of listening in. And then when I think it was Dragons was like, yeah, I heard about your new lady. I think it was Dragons. Yeah, I think it was Dragons. Um, I heard about your new lady and everything and all of that and all of that. So she was smiling and and they were saying something. I guess she had did a little something for Valentine's Day for the lady and all of that. Okay, cool. So then um I said, well, let me go up here, because when she started to talk, though, she was talking like she was a little bit down, like something might have been, like going on a little bit. Well, y'all got to hurry up because not an hour. Y'all know I'm not hitting that goddamn hour mark. Okay, we had 41 minutes. I got a little while to get this shit all out. Hey, Summer Breeze, what's up, baby? Good morning. Good morning. Um, so so I said, well, let me go up here. So when I came up, I sung her a little song. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Beautiful lady. Who's that lady? Sexy lady. Okay. Came up there, cheered her up a little bit, but I did let her know you look real fucking nice. Now me and under new management, we've had our differences on this bitch. Okay. But we didn't moved on past that. It was some shit that it went down that I don't think really was my fault or her fault. But hey, we got caught up in the middle of that shit and bam, some shit went down and okay, you know. So, but yeah, under new management looked really, really nice over there at Passes. So shout out to Passa and shout out to under new management, and your relationship. Now the pastor, he did have me laughing because, he always got something. He always got some good comebacks. He always got something good to say. Okay. It's always some bullshit though. Yeah. So I had told him, I said, okay. I said, well, I got to get down because Mr. Curry is calling. Like that. And he was like, Mr. Curry. So, Dragon's like, well, okay, well, Mr. Curry, wait a minute. Okay, so different one, okay, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And so white pastor said, Mr. Curry. Now I hope that ain't curry chicken. Really? I was like, you know what? Jay Wilson. I cannot with him. Just when you think you prepared, just when you think, you know what? Okay, everything just gonna go this way, that way. That he throw a curveball at you. Okay. So anyway, I thought that was just really cute. I really enjoyed myself over there. Again, just came up for a little while. Just to kind of, brighten it up a little bit, how I do, and I'm out. Okay. So that was really cute. I did tell him, be prepared because he might marry us and stuff like that, Yeah, because mm, mm, Yeah. So that's all I got to talk about this morning, y'all. I just wanted to come in, give my little commentary. I am putting me a little overnight bag together. I think I did tell you guys that I do have a funeral to go to. I found out that it's going to be Tuesday instead of Monday. Um, so we trying to see how we gotta do what it is that we gotta do. Um, yeah. Oh, thank you for the roses and the kisses and all of that stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, so yeah, so that's what's going on. Got a funeral to go to. My first ex, his dad passed away. Um, and they got a lot going on with that. So I just want to be there for him. He was definitely there for me with my mom as well as my dad when they passed away. So I definitely want to also be there as well as my friend when she passed away because he knew her too. So got that going on. Um, I hope the funeral goes well. Um, well, yeah, we just, we gonna go and we gonna turn around. We gonna go and then we gonna turn around. I don't, I don't do the New York driving, so I'm only driving so far, and then I'm gonna drive the first 4 hours coming from Buffalo, and then my niece is gonna take over, and then coming back, she gonna do the first four, and then I'm gonna do the last four coming back home. Could I maybe give you a kiss if I was there? Oh, okay. Hey, Queen Diva. Good morning. Good morning. We getting ready to get up out of here. Y'all know I'm gonna be trying to hold y'all no hour. My prayers with you and the family. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for your prayers. Yeah, they seem to be doing pretty good because his dad, he was sick. He had been sick off and on. I know for at least the last, I think when he first got sick or first was diagnosed with the kidney condition, that was about 7 years ago. And from there, he was in and out the hospital. I think they had recommended doing the dialysis, but he didn't want that. Hey, 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 Janet. um, Jeanette. Okay, Jeanette. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking from this side with this thing, trying to keep the charger cord in. But I don't think he ever actually went through with the dialysis. I think he was trying to do the holistic thing more or less. First, and I think it worked for a little while. Um, so I know a couple of times though he did end up in the hospital. And they had to do whatever they had to do to get him back going and whatever it is that they did. Um, so I know they had a couple of scares because he had called me a couple of times and said, my dad is back in the hospital, pray for us, and different things like that. And then I hadn't heard from him in a while. And I know he had been still in New York doing some work. They had contracted him in New York to do some things, and then I think he had met him a little something in New York too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So he was back and forth there, and then the last I heard, he was going to be back there for a couple of months. They had a real big job. I think it was a couple of jobs after another. So he was like, "Man, yeah, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna be here for a while." And so his dad, I guess his dad, they had a home um, in Long Island. So his dad did want to go back home. He didn't want to, Buffalo. He was here in Buffalo, the dad, but it wasn't his home. His home was, they're from New York. So he wanted to go back home. He wanted to be at home when he passed, and he got his wishes. He was home when he passed. So yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot going on. Now he was asking me some questions about how different things go, and thank you, Queen Diva. He was asking me some questions about how things go, as far as when you lose your parents, and far as this, that, and the other thing, and all of this stuff. And I just told him, I said, hopefully, Dad had a will, how he wanted things to go, a trust, and all of that. Just know who's ever power of attorney, okay, that's no longer valid. you know Now it's up to the executor, get in there and make sure who's the executor, and all of that. If you need to make yourself, you and your siblings. But he had a wife, and I never knew that him and that lady had went on and got married. I didn't know that. Um so according to a friend of ours, yeah, they had went on and gotten married. And I think that's another thing that it had, you know so it's a lot getting ready to go down for them. And like I told him, hopefully the wife will do the right thing, as far as y'all as his child, you know and all of that. Hopefully everything will go well. But at any rate, keep the family in prayer. Thank you, guys. um yes, it's hard when you lose. Ooh, 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 ooh. And it's getting ready to be his first Father's Day without his father. And I told him, I said, man, mm-mm, I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish the loss of a child, a sibling. I've experienced, well, not the loss of a child, although I've had a miscarriage and stuff, but I haven't actually had a child here, raise them, and then my child is gone. I haven't had that. His will be done. They have to go by his wishes. That's right. That's right. That's what I told him, Lisa. That's what I told him. I said, so, and I know his dad was one of those type of men that, everything had to be laid out. That was his way of doing things. He didn't believe in doing stuff from the sideline and this, that, and a little shystiness here, a little shystiness there. His father wasn't about that life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. So hopefully, like I said, he had everything the way he wanted it. Um, so that they won't have a bunch of hiccups and this, that, and the other thing. I know him and his siblings didn't necessarily get along with the lady that I now know was his wife. Um, they always thought it was a little something about her, but that was his father's choice. I I think he kind of felt some kind of way too, because his mother and the dad and his father was married at one time. And then, they got a divorce and they kind of like went their ways. you know Good morning, Grandma Love. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, dear? Listen. Okay, well, thanks for listening. Okay, have a good doctor's visit. We'll keep it down. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. Okay. Thanks for coming through, sis. Thank you. But so I know that he kind of felt some kind of way about that too. But as you get older, and I can understand you feeling some kind of way when we're young, maybe because you don't understand quite how relationships go. But when we get older and we've been in and out of relationships of our own, excuse me, why are you still upset and acting like you don't understand how things go? You know what I'm saying? So that part. Y'all, let me get up out of here. I ain't gonna be here for no hour. It don't take an hour to say not for me. Okay. So let me just say, pour into them that pour into you. Pray for them. Pray for everybody so that everybody is prayed for. Welcome everybody to the Potluck Lounge. I love you guys, and I will see you guys on the next one and out here on these streets. Bye, y'all.